The boarding gate was crowded, buzzing with impatient travelers shuffling bags and eyeing the clock. Daniel stood there clutching his daughter's tiny hand, her stuffed rabbit peeking out of her backpack. He was tired, bone-tired, but he kept a smile plastered on his face. It had been 2 years since his wife passed away, and every day since, he promised himself to show his little girl that the world still had kindness in it. When their boarding group was finally called, Daniel exhaled in relief. They had one first-class ticket. His boss had given it to him as a rare perk after months of overtime. It was supposed to be a small reward, a chance to make the long flight easier for him and his daughter. But the moment they stepped onto the plane, everything changed. Just ahead, 2 identical little girls were sitting side by side, their legs swinging nervously as a flight attendant tried to explain something to their flustered mother. "I'm so sorry, ma'am," the attendant said softly, "but we only have one first-class seat left. The other seat is, well, it's an economy. They can't sit together." The mother looked torn, her hands tightening on her purse. The girls were whispering, clutching each other's hands like the thought of being apart was unbearable. Daniel paused. He didn't even think about it. "Excuse me," he said, clearing his throat. "Take my seat. Both of them can sit up there. My little one and I will be fine in economy." The flight attendant blinked. The mother blinked. The twins stopped whispering. "Are you sure, sir?" the attendant asked carefully. Daniel just smiled. "Positive. I've got long legs, but I can handle it." He winked at his daughter, who grinned up at him proudly. The mother's eyes softened. She looked like she wanted to say something but couldn't quite find the words. Instead, she mouthed a quiet thank you as Daniel handed over his boarding pass. Hours later, somewhere high above the clouds, Daniel's daughter was asleep against his arm, her rabbit tucked under her chin. He didn't mind the cramped seat, the stiff neck, or the smell of reheated pasta. He just felt good. When the plane landed, he waited until most passengers had boarded before gathering their things. As he lifted his daughter's bag, he noticed the same woman from before waiting just outside the jet bridge. The twins were bouncing beside her, pointing at him. She stepped forward. "You're Daniel, right?" Her voice carried a quiet authority, but her smile was warm. "Yes," he said, surprised. "And, you're welcome again, it was nothing." "Nothing?" She shook her head, amused. "Most people guard those first-class seats like gold. What you did for my girls." She paused, then extended her hand. "I'm Evelyn. I run this airline." Daniel froze. You own the airline?" The twins giggled. Evelyn's eyes sparkled. "That's right. And I don't forget kindness when I see it." Before Daniel could respond, she handed him an envelope. "Next time you fly, you won't be giving up your seat. Consider it a small thank you from us." Inside was a lifetime pass. Unlimited flights. First class, every time. Daniel stood there stunned, his daughter tugging at his sleeve. "Daddy," she whispered, "does this mean we can go see Grandma more?" His throat tightened. He nodded slowly, meeting Evelyn's gaze. And in that crowded terminal, surrounded by strangers hurrying off to their lives, Daniel realized that sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness ripple farther than anyone can imagine.